Detective Pikachu. Pika Pika.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu is a lot.
To see the cut of Detective Pikachu where all you can hear is Ryan Reynolds saying Pika Pika and none of his other lines.
I just want to hear it where he does Deadpool jokes the whole time. It's not like he had to go on set for any of it except one scene at the end. So I'm sure he was just sitting there in his living room with his dick in his hand, just with a microphone, just saying all sorts of crazy shit. And they just used what they could use, you know? But yeah, so it's very, very loosely based on a video game of the same name about a Pikachu who solves mysteries.
Where is the R-rated director's cut?
Dear God, no. I would need a lot of alcohol for that. It's about a boy. Well, he's a man. He's a young man. He's basically as old as me. I'm old now.
Please play YMCA behind you trying to say young man.
Young man. Yeah. It's about a guy whose dad dies. He's a detective, and turns out he's not dead. He got his brain shoved into a Pikachu, and they're solving the mystery of what the fuck happened. This movie is kind of incoherent, but it's kind of like it.
There's a lot of Pokemon running around.
There are a lot of Pokemon running around. It's like it's about Pokemon.
What?
I know.
I thought it was for the Pikachu.
I mean, it's definitely mostly about the Pikachu because it's the cutest Pokemon ever. That's why every generation of Pokemon game tries to make another Pikachu, and none of them work. You cannot match it.
There is the one.
There is only the one.
There can only be one.
That is true.
Pikachu.
And apparently it's Ryan Reynolds in a hat, in a silly little Sherlock Holmes hat.
I love that the bad guy's plan is to have hot air balloons fart on all of the Pokemon in the world.
It's such... The fucking plot is such a... in the comic book villain derogatory sense. It's like literally Joker put in laughing gas in a bunch of clouds and is like, yeah, now it's going to rain and everyone's gonna fucking laugh. And it's like, really? This is your plan? It's so... The first 2/3 of the movie is pretty solid. And then the third act is completely off the fucking handle. It's like, when we put the brain inside the Pokemon and the body disappears? I don't know. But we squish them together and all the humans will be better and the Pokemon will be better because they'll be humans. But the humans will be Pokemon.
Ditto.
Who fucking cares? It's so dumb. The villain motivations are pathetic. Like, it's just like, damn, I'm dying. You know what I should do? I should make people evolve into Pokemon and Pokemon evolve into people.
Ditto.
The Ditto was funny. I quite like the Ditto. This movie is so fucking weird. I think outside of the third act being a fucking nightmare, like, my biggest complaint is that it feels very cheap for me. Sloppy would probably be a better way.
There you go.
The script is really lazy. A lot of the dialogue is pretty fucking rough. And a lot of the sequences feel very short and very aggressively cut together to feel faster paced than it really is. It just feels like they didn't have enough time on set to really do much. If that makes any sense. Like, the whole movie just kind of feels rushed. It's not because it's bad, and it's not that all the visual effects aren't good. There's plenty of them that are really good, and there's a lot that are pretty bad, and it's like really uneven. It feels like a kid's movie. Derogatory.
I think you're being a bitch. Complimentary.
That's true. I don't know. It's all right. It's good for the laughs, but I think it's more funny because of the commentary of us alongside it, more so than because the movie's that funny. It's like, wow, the Pikachu likes the Pikachu likes coffee.
A lot of
wow, like the jokes are really basic. It's wow, the Pikachu has performance issues, and it looks like he's pooping. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's more like laughing at how dumb it is.
I would say most of the time the Pokemon look
pretty good, like as far as just how they're modeled and how they're interacting with the world.
Yeah.
There were 2 times that I was like, ooh, that was a bad one. But usually it didn't even take long on screen either.
Yeah.
So
I think, yeah, that's definitely the thing that makes it very enjoyable to watch, is I think even the ones that don't like look good, they're not high enough resolution. They're not smoothed over enough in animations, like whatever. The designs are really cool. Like,
yeah,
they put effort into thinking about what the different textures would be like for different types of Pokemon. Like, the Charizard isn't fluffy. It's got scales because it's a fucking dragon. Of course it has scales. Like, just the amount of thought that goes into those sorts of things is definitely good. Like, the Bulbasaurs have different textures. The body isn't the same texture as the plant onion growth thing. Like, they got a lot of stuff going on. They're not all just teddy bears, you know?
it's a tumor.
It's not a tumor. I appreciate that. Even if I don't like all of the designs that much, so there's some that are kind of questionable. They definitely thought through them, which is good.
The Cubone is great.
The Cubone is very funny. I like the Cubone.
I was surprised after. All right, so I've played a lot of Pokemon Go and a bit of Shining Pearl, but not a whole lot. And I knew like a lot of the Pokemon names just walking around. It's crazy how easily that stuff sticks in your brain.
It does. I also think it's because the movie mostly uses the really popular ones.
True.
It's not like they're pulling out like Trubbish or whatever, some random thing that everyone hates. It's like, wow, we should use the iconic ones because they're iconic. People like them. I didn't see a single Torchic though. So what the hell's up with that?
There's a lot of hidden ones though. It's like, oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Meh. I think you'd have to pay close attention.
Probably.
Looking for it.
It is very much so primarily Gen 1 though. Like it's mostly Gen 1. There's a lot of Gen 2 and 3 in there, and there's like some stragglers on from later stuff.
All the freaking mushroom things. And
yeah, the weird mushroom plant guys. Not a fan.
Fungus.
Literally fungus.
I know.
The fungus has a big nose. That's so funny. That design I do actually like. That's very funny. It's just a shroom but with a nose. Like, all right, you know.
We caught this on Hulu.
Yeah.
Which is what, $8 a month or something?
Yeah.
Like, it's cheap. And I like it.
It's all right.
I like this movie.
It's all right. I would not watch this by myself ever again. But if someone in a party, I've used this a lot lately.
Yeah.
Is like, if someone in a party is like, I want to watch this thing, it's like, all right.
It's
fine.
Inoffensive. It's easy viewing.
Yeah.
And it's borderline enjoyable.
Yeah. So, like, it's above Mario. It's 2 rungs above Mario. Because if we have Mario, and we have the 2 Sonic movies, and we have this, I think, are the most comparable things.
I'd put this way above Sonic, for sure. I'd put Mario over Sonic, too. Because it at least looks good. I can watch it on mute.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. This is alright. This is at least a movie. This is an actual movie.
Yes.
It's not a good one.
It's fine.
But it's fine.
It's passable.
The fact that it has almost nothing to do with the actual premise of the video game probably helps it in that aspect, because... Yeah. Imagine if it was an actual mystery movie, though. Like, if this wasn't, like, Lamau, detectives are weird. Like, what if it actually was a Pikachu that talks to us, the camera, the audience, and it's just like a noir movie? It is set in a Pokemon world. It's not like it's going to be blowing people up, but, like, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a good detective movie and also fucking Looney Tunes shit.
And very funny.
And it's very funny. That is a classic. It can work. So why do you don't have to settle for being inoffensive kids' entertainment? My philosophical ponderings.
Wow.